Hey everybody, welcome back into the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. Right there you see it. The webcam, Mark Wilson with you to end another week, this week in October, as we head to the big Saturday football games and all. But the column today is all about Ben Wallace. It was funny the other night, I was listening to Matt Diesel-Derry's post-game show, and I write this right in the beginning, after the Pistons had won an exhibition game. And Diesel was talking to Pat Sullivan, the assistant coach for John Kuester, one of the assistants on the staff. Of course, the lead assistant, Brian Hill, also there, so they got a good staff. Pat Sullivan's one of those guys. And he said something very interesting. When Pat Sullivan says something, you listen. And he said that the biggest surprise in camp might be Ben Wallace. So you don't have to be 20, 22. You can be 35 and be a surprise in camp. And so far, Ben is. So this is all about Ben. Nice conversation with Ben Wallace. Maybe the best conversation I've ever had with Big Ben for all the years. He was very honest and forthcoming. And he was funny, and there's a lot of good about Ben, and I think his life is pretty much set now, so, or at least he seems that way, very at peace with himself, and I think that's helping in his basketball acumen, and his game looks good so far. He's more of a power forward now than a center. Kwame Brown might do a lot of that, but we'll see what happens during the course of the year, and Ben might still, there might still be a numbers game down the line for Ben Wallace, but for right now, he's a Piston, glad to be back, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, the 2004 championship, of course, going to work, the big bong, bong, a lot of that was all Ben Wallace. I mean, he's a very popular figure in this town to this day, and it's nice to have him back. There's a lot of guys you wouldn't want back. Big Ben's one of them. So check that out on the Parker the Man page, all about Ben Wallace and the surprise that he is so far in the first week or so of camp. By the way, the Pistons have their open practice Saturday at 12:30. The doors open at 11:30. It's all free at the Palace. You come on in. Coca-Cola's going to have some refreshments. You can get a nice cold Coke and a hot dog and just watch the basketball there. The coaches will be on the mic kind of interacting with the fans. So that's Saturday the 10th. That's tomorrow at the Palace, all free. And bring everybody you want. Bring the kids, bring the family, bring your entire town. The entire town of Kego Harbor will be at the at the Palace in Auburn Hills. Whatever you like, they'll find room for you. So that's the Pistons open practice again, Saturday the 10th, tomorrow, beginning at 12:30. Doors open at 11:30. Goes to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Also, check out the Wings' first win of the season, 3-2 over the Blackhawks. Got a little fight action in there. Did you see that? Brad May, brand new Red Wing, 37 years old, been around a long time. A lot of teams in the NHL. And he's a banger in there, and over 1,000 games played in the NHL. In fact, 1,003 now with his first game with the Red Wings. So they're back home after the 2 losses in Sweden. How sweet it is, I suppose, or home sweet home. I wrote that, home sweet home. And in fact, one of the Swedes got the game winner, Johan Franzen. Wings scored all 3 of their goals in the second period against the Blackhawks. This is the first of many against Chicago in the rivalry. And the Wings have the upper hand so far, 3-2. First win of the season, 1-2 now for Detroit. Big college football weekend, as they all are. Michigan State at Illinois, Michigan at Iowa. I don't see either of them winning. So you can read about that too. The Spartans against the Fighting Illini, Juice Williams, Ron Zook's team. And Michigan goes out to Iowa City, Nile Kinnick Stadium against Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes, who look to be pretty darn good. Might be the team that replaces MSU in the idea who's going to be third, maybe behind Penn State and Ohio State. Right now it looks like it would be Iowa. The Lions-Steelers game on Sunday is a sellout, so you can see it on TV. It'll be on Big 62. Dick Enberg is in town with Dan Fouts. They're doing the game. But I got to tell you, to have this thing sold out before the deadline indicates one thing to me. Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers. I dropped my paper, by the way. Hold on. There you go. Hello, Pittsburgh. There's going to be a lot of Pittsburgh people here. So get ready for a little Pittsburgh, a little Ben Roethlisberger out, a little Willie Parker out, because they'll be in full force, jerseys and all, with those Pittsburgh people. I'm going to be really curious to see it, because the Steelers have never played a regular season game at Ford Field. A couple of exhibitions. In fact, I think they opened Ford Field against Pittsburgh in the preseason back in 01. Wasn't it? 8 years ago now? Something like that? Yeah, so I think it was Pittsburgh. So they've never done it in the regular season, though. In fact, the last time they played in Detroit was at the Silverdome in '98. Remember that game? It was the coin toss game when went to overtime, and the refs and Jerome Bettis screwed up the coin toss, and the Lions won in overtime in the Hansen field goal. The last 11 times they've played, Pittsburgh's won 9 times. And don't forget, Pittsburgh also has another win at Ford Field under their belt. They did win a little Super Bowl back in 2006, Super Bowl XL, against the Seattle Seabags. So you got that going for you. The old Seabags, the old Seahawks. But the Lions Steelers is a sellout. You can see it on TV. You don't even have to go. And if you're going, Be careful. It's going to be a Pittsburgh home game. And the UFL debuted. That's the United Football League. 30-17, the Las Vegas Locomotives beat the California Redwoods. J.P. Luzman from the Buffalo Bills, now quarterbacking in that league, threw a couple touchdown passes. They played at Sam Boyd Stadium on the campus of UNLV. The first player to score a touchdown in the game was Shane Boyd. So Boyd scored at Boyd, just to let you know. And it's kind of sad when the biggest names in that league are the coaches. Dennis Green and Jim Fossil were the two coaches in that game. You know, Dennis Green, they are who they thought they were. He'll never live that down. They are who we thought they were. So there you go. Read all about it. There, and blog about it if you want. TV Boy at yournewsdetroit.com. Ben Wallace, Pistons Open Practice. That's for the webcam. Pistons Open Practice I'm mentioning to you here Saturday the 10th at 12:30. Wings first win coming against the Chicago Blackhawks, MSU-Illinois, Michigan, Iowa, Lions Steelers sellout, and the UFL debut. It's all there for you on the Parker and the Man page, yournews.com. Happy navigating and great weekend, everybody.